Video, we're going to go over how to solve two-step equations. Equations that have two operations that you need to undo or two numbers that you need to get rid of that are on the same side as the variable. Now to solve these, you're always going to add or subtract to both sides first and then multiply and divide. And the reason why is normally we would do a math problem following our order of operations, where we have to do parentheses, exponents, multiplication and division, adding and subtracting. But we're solving an equation. Therefore, we need to do the opposite of that. The opposite of that would mean you would do your adding and subtracting first, then your multiplying and dividing. So we're going to use that to solve this equation. First thing I do is write down my equation. Then I need to do my adding and subtracting first. I look at the side that the variable is on, and I need to get rid of any adding and subtracting. Remember, if a number is sitting right by the variable, that's multiplying. The opposite of positive 8 is negative 8. What I do to one side, I have to do to the other side. This is not being affected. I bring this 6x down. I cancel this out. Bring down my equal sign. Negative 46 and negative 8, the signs are the same. If the signs are the same, I add them together and keep the sign. Negative 54. Then I do my multiplying and dividing. Then I undo my multiplying and dividing. The opposite of multiplying by 6, because that's what's taking place here, is dividing by 6. And I show that using a division bar. I divide both sides by 6. It cancels those 6's out. I have x is equal to negative 54 divided by 6. A negative divided by a positive is a negative. Example number 2. Example number 2, we're going to follow those same rules. This is a two-step equation. There are two operations I need to undo. There are two numbers I need to get rid of. According to my rules, the first thing I need to worry about is adding and subtracting. This is plus 11. Opposite of positive 11, negative 11. And make sure I subtract 11 from both sides. This is not being affected. I bring it down. That's x divided by 2 is equal to, I bring down my equal sign because this cancels out. Negative 3 and negative 11. The signs are the same. I add them, keep the sign. Negative 14. Next thing I need to undo is divided by 2. The opposite of divided by 2 is multiplied by 2. And remember, this is how we're going to show multiplying to both sides. This 2 being multiplied and dividing cancel each other out, and I'm left with x is equal to negative 14 times 2, negative 28. Here's what the problem should look like when you show your work, showing all your steps. It's a two-step equation. There should be two things that you're doing to solve it. Example number 3. Example number 3 sometimes doesn't look like a two-step equation. And here's the reason why it confuses some students. They're looking at this problem and they're seeing a 5. That's one number I need to get rid of, but they don't see the other number that needs to be gotten rid of. What number is sitting in front of this x? There is a negative 1 sitting in front of that x. So those are the two numbers I need to get rid of. I need to get rid of the 5 and I need to get rid of the negative 1. I need to do my adding and subtracting first. This negative 1 and x, those are being multiplied together. This is the first number I need to get rid of. I need to do the opposite of positive 5. Opposite of positive 5 is negative 5. So remember, if you just see a minus sign, that goes with this x right here. And it may be helpful for some students to put a 1 there so that they can see that, hey, I need to, at some point in time, divide by negative 1. This 5 out here is what needs to be gotten rid of first by subtracting 5 from both sides. That cancels out. Negative 1x is equal to 12 and negative 5 gives me positive 7. Signs are different. I subtract, take the sign of the larger number. Negative 1 is what I need to get rid of next. They're being multiplied together. Opposite of multiplying is dividing. Divide both sides by -1. That cancels out. Bring down my x. 7 divided by -1, -7.